Okay, so now after we, so this is like part 2. After we took the zipper apart, we're gonna place the zipper, and this is how you normally do it with heavy duty denim jeans, okay? Okay, so this is the part 2 of the zipper. Now we're gonna put the zipper back together, and it's really important to clean everything out and ready to go, okay? Just like this. And then we're gonna use, I get my zipper from Woolwalk, this company. And this is the, fall and winter 2023. I haven't received the 2024, but this is the catalog that I get. And then if you just go in the back, there's a whole bunch of things you could get, but I'm just gonna get to the zipper, okay? So these are the denim zippers, and it comes in like 2 inches, 3 inches. But for this one, I'm using the 7-inch one, and they're heavy duty, okay? Okay, and if you buy it from the local fabric store, you may pay $3 or $4, but here you could probably buy it for under $1, but then you have to pay for the shipping. So if you have multiple stuffs that you're ordering, then it might be a cheaper way to go, okay? And I don't know if it's a wholesale, I think it might be a wholesale, but this is the company that you could contact, and then the phone numbers are here, okay? And there's all kinds of supplies related to sewing machine and or sewing related products and supplies that you could buy from, okay? So we'll put that away. Okay, a lot of people recommend using, like, here's the denim. So when you're going to denim, you want to go higher number. So like there's 75, 11. So you want to do 14 or 16. Oh, they're all 14. Okay, 14 would be good, but you don't want to go under 14 because when you're working on a denim, okay? But then what I like to do, this is something that I learned by myself, is use leather needles to sew a denim jeans or something thick. I also use it for stretchy, but I like to use leather needles for sewing, replacing zippers on a denim jeans. For some reason it works for me. I tried different jeans, but this one is more gentle with the fabric, because when you're sewing denim, you have to use the thicker needles, right? Or thicker thread. So if you could come close, I don't know if you can see it. It has a little bit, I'll show you, there's like 2 different, okay, here. If you could come closer, can you see it? I don't know how I could show you that you could see it better. It's so different. But try to do it. Okay, so denim jeans, it just has a little bit of softer, rounded ball, and then this is like sharp. Do you see that? You could, this is technically better. I mean, they use denim jeans fabric with this, but it doesn't work as well for me. I prefer the rounded leather. Okay, so you could try it, but it works for me. Okay. Okay, so now what we're gonna do next is make sure the thread is the right width for denim. So thicker the better, and polyester is also really well. Does really well. And then the needle's already in there, and you want to make it really, really tight. Tension is tighter for a thicker, heavier denim type of jeans. You want to make it right and make it tight. And then if you come over here, I prefer 3.5, between 3 and 4, but I think 3.5 works best whenever you're working with Juki and DDL 8700. Okay, this is like the medium size sewing machine. There's thinner and there's a thicker one like this one. This is DD 1181. These are for leathers and jeans and stuff, but I think this works the best for me. Okay, so what we're gonna start first is you're gonna open it up and make sure that it's working. Just do this a couple times, and if it doesn't, you could always put a beeswax and run it through, and it just gets slippery and it's just easier. Okay, like that. And then I would start on the left side panel like this, or flap, just like this. And the color matches pretty well, huh? Because you want to make it look professional. So then you're gonna, because remember, I didn't want you to take, I mean, we didn't take out all the way, because the more we take off, the more we have to put back. So you just want to do bare minimum. So you take this and you flip it this way. I don't know if I'm doing it correct, but I should do my best to show it to you, and make sure there's a little lock that you don't want to go underneath and sew it through. So just bring it down like this way, and you could pin it if you're not used to doing this, and I could do it without it, but when you're just learning, you should do it correctly like this. Do you see that? And then you're gonna need a regular stitch, but you're also gonna need a zipper foot. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna stitch it closer, and then put the foot down, and then put it down here, and then go back and forth just once, and then go straight. Like that, okay? Once you're done with that, we're going to use a zipper foot to get really close to the corner. And that one, we will use this type of zipper. It's called a zipper foot. And then we're going to change the foot like this. And then we'll just place this here. And then place that. Tighten it really well. And then you're going to come a little closer and stitch right at the corner, but not so close to the teeth where you're going to break the needle. So just about 1/8 of an inch straight. When you're just learning, do it slow. I'm used to doing this so I could do it fast. And then go reverse and pull, and always leave about 1/4 of an inch thread. And pull this and trim. See, now it looks really nice, just like that. And then we're gonna put this back in here. Okay, look at that. Okay, and then now you could pin it, or you could just sew it through, or I'll pin it just so you guys can see it. And then now we have to change the thread backs. I mean the regular sander foot, and take out the zipper foot back, put it away, and then go back to the regular foot. This, and stitch it, tighten it. And then we're gonna go back to the waist and stitch it. But if you're not used to doing this, flip it if you want to see what it looks like. And you could go back and forth, or when you come to the end, you just make the stitches smaller. Okay? Sometimes that's even prettier. And then turn around, throw that away. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Just like that. See? Ready? And then we're going to stitch this down, but we're not going to quite do it at the top yet. So this part's done. So now we're going to go to the right side. And then this one you're going to lay, and then fix this part, and then do it. See, when we're done, we want the zippers to lay evenly. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go underneath and make sure this part is the same measurement as that part. And then we're going to stitch it down. And you're going to need a zipper foot for this one. I know it's like a hassle going back and forth, but if you want to do this correctly, you have to do it, even if it takes longer. Okay, pin it. Okay, and now we're going to go back and do the zipper. And if you don't want to keep changing the foot, you could just do all the zipper foot part of it first and then put it back. So it doesn't matter. I just like to do it one side and then go to the next side. And then now you're going to go, put the foot down, about 1/8 of an inch, and then go straight. I mean, you could just do it all at once at the top, but I think this is more durable and it'll last. And then stitch. Okay. Take off. Okay, so far so good. And then we're going to go underneath here. And then we're going to put this all underneath. And sometimes if this is too long, you could just trim it. Okay, but not too close. Otherwise, the zipper will unravel. So you're going to go under. But before you do this, I think it's better to stitch it here on top. And just like that. Okay. I'm pinning it. Normally I don't need to pin it, but since I'm showing you, I'm going to pin it just in case you're not used to the speed and the thickness. So now we have to go back. We could use a zipper foot for this one on the other side, but I think the standard zipper foot is better. And don't press the gas on your sewing machine because you don't want to sew your fingers. So this is like the safe protector. And so you're going to go under and make sure that's even. Go under, stitch it down. If you go back, okay. Sometimes when it's stretchy, it wants to, and then this top stitch gets longer. What you could do is hold with your right index finger and push it towards this way. Do you see what I'm doing? So that you don't have that extra fabric pulling. So if you do it like that, sometimes the top fabric gets stretched out and you don't want to have like puckering areas. You want it nice and smooth like this, right? So you're going to go stitch it all the way down to the end. Kind of take a look at it. Do you see it? And stop. Okay, pull it out. And then cut these threads. Some people just leave it, but I like to cut it each time because I want it nice and clean. And then take this waist part and then stick this rest of the zipper underneath and make sure the bottom is even. And then stitch back and forth. And then push, push, push. Okay. Sometimes if you don't want to go back and forth, you just change this tension here to like 2 or 2.5 and make it smaller. And then you just go tighter like this, and then you don't have to go back. Okay? Do you see that? Nice and clean. Just like that. But then when you're stitching the rest of the zipper, you need to make sure it goes back to about 3.5. So far, so good. Just like that. Okay, so now we need to finish. So then we're going to go back on this side. So it's starting to look really nice, huh? So this is when you want to bring this part at the bottom of the zipper and bring it up. And make sure, see, look at that. Already looks really good, huh? And then zip down, up. We're not done. Just like that. We have to stitch top, so we're going to go here, and then you're going to don't stitch down one here because you're going to have the zipper foot and needle through this metal piece and you could break your needle, so you just have to do about 1/4 of an inch away from the zipper, okay? And you just have to feel it and then just sew it down like this. Again, the fabric's been stretched a little, so you just have to pull without getting it folded, and then just fold it. Yeah, this is a little softer denim. And then you could reverse it, or I just turn this and then go back and give it another stitch. And then go back this way. And then stop right here. And then we'll go back later, but stitch it. It's like on the top, you could cut it right at the end, like this. Okay? But the back, you want to leave like a quarter of an inch thread so it doesn't pull. I don't think it will, but just in case. See, now it doesn't come off, right? Stitch tight. Look how pretty. Oh, so then now we're gonna finish this up by close the zipper halfway. You could do it all the way, but I think it's easier if we do it halfway. And then we're gonna go here. So it looks like, see how pretty that is? Now we're gonna go underneath. See? And then make sure there's no fabric that you're going to sew like double right here underneath. Go down and oops, it's been stretched. Go here and double, and then now you're going to go back and go back where the old stitches were and sew it, and go a little slower here. You don't want to get any zipper metal piece over the zipper foot and break your needle. So here you could hand stitch it, or you could machine, but if you're not used to it, just hand stitch here, okay? And then go, yeah, just to make sure there's no metal piece. Yeah, you could just feel it. If it feels tight, you stop. Okay, once you go over the zipper, stitch, and then come back this way and stitch. If you notice, I'm doing a hand manually, but if you could show from here, like this is how you bring the needles up and the needles down, and then you're gonna go back and then stitch it again, but do it by hand so you don't break your needle softly. Yeah, see? Now that might be, if there's a needle, then skip it, okay? And go to the next one. The next one. Yeah, like that. And then stitch it. And then turn this way. Up. And if you just want to make sure that it's sewn correct, you could go over it twice. Ooh, thick. And then in the front, you cut all the way to the end, right? You don't want any thread to show. In the back, reverse it, leave a quarter to half an inch, and then take all these threads out. And then, what do you think? It's all done. Nice and clean. Looks like new.